Yeah, I think you can confirm if you're able to see the screen by just a thumbs up. I know that this class is going to be more interactive, right? Hilary, Lewis, Isla, Emily, Wisdom, Nathan. Yeah, quite a number. If you're able to see the screen. So I hope that if you have powered your Excel, this is what you're able to see also. Is that the case? And if it's the case, yeah, I'm seeing a thumbs up there that is the case. And if that is the case, then we want to see what are the basic things that you can you first interact with when you open your Excel. Yeah, and that will also be posed back to us. Amos, what can you see when you power your Excel? Excel. So some people call it Excel. Sometimes you find yourself calling it Excel. Amos Sumbi, Excel yako inakaa aje? What's your version by the way before that?
Oh,
Sorry?
on my side, I'm just using the phone because the laptop imeanza kulag.
Oh, laptop imeleta issue.
Uh,
Okay, sorry. Nani amewasha yake? Nathan, what are you seeing on your end? Anyway, yeah, so that we proceed. I hope like kila mtu has a laptop. That is the first thing. Kama yako inasumbua, you may need to reboot it before we go ahead. Maybe I ask one person. Odero, what are you seeing when you power your Excel? You can unmute. So maybe having troubles with unmuting. But kila mtu will speak in this class today. Yeah, but the first things when you open your Excel, some of the things that you're able to see is you can see somewhere here written file, right? There's file, there's home, there's insert. You can also see page layout. You can also see formulas. Yeah, data. There's review. There's view, and also maybe tell me what you want to do. And also apart from that, there are other things here that you're able to see. So for example, if you click on home, yeah, so Sizzler is saying that he's able to see a worksheet. Yeah, so we'll see the names of those. So he's able to see worksheets. So wengine wenye wamefungua, I hope you're also able to see this worksheet. So if you check maybe down here, it's named, Odero is saying I'm using my phone. But if you check here, it's named sheet or sheet one. Yeah, we will also see how to rename and even add other pages there. Okay, yeah, so Excel is organized into, so for example, if you check here 1 up to 21, you'll be able to see that these ones are called rows, and then these ones are called columns. So it's R times C, the ones that you used to see in matrix, right? RC. Yeah, so it organizes data into rows. Yeah, so these ones we call them rows are named in numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 1,048,000 and some other digits there. But if you check columns are named in what alphabet, right? And then in Excel we have about 16,000 columns. So you can have a maximum of 16,000 columns. So you start counting here 1, 2, 3, 4, up to about 16,000. I think so. So that is a basic thing number one, that Excel organizes data into rows. Of course, um, simple stuff. Something else also, again, in terms of even the usage, before we go back to the basics, of course, we talked about it during the orientation session, and that we use basically Excel for managing, analyzing, and also visualizing data. There's analyzing, and then after the analysis of data, then you want to visualize that data. So you do also visualization in Excel. And there are other things that we'll also be seeing. All right, let me go back to what we are talking about, the interface. So if you check here, for example, you can see all those ones that I described, the home, insert, nini, nini. And then we have what we call ribbons, right? You know what we call ribbons in Excel? Yeah. What is a ribbon, by the way? If I may pose it back before I say what it is. So in Excel, we find some things called ribbons. What are ribbons? Somebody who has not even typed. Uh, Derek, what are ribbons? So in Excel. And this is a Gumbaru class, so no answer is wrong. We'll correct the answer that we think is not right. Derek, who is going to help Derek? Let me call out Nani. Uh, Going back to Faith. Faith, I saw somebody join called Faith. Faith. Do we have Faith? Yeah, Faith. I'm seeing a hand. Somebody's putting. Yeah, Sizzler.
Derek has typed something in the message box.
Let me check. Yeah, Derek. Oh, the toolbars at the top. Okay. Maybe you typed somewhere here. Okay. Yeah, so you'll find, for example, if you click here at home, and then you'll see all these things that are here, right? So it's part of the home ribbon, right? All these functionalities that are here. Then when you go to insert, there are also some functionalities that are there in insert, right? And then you have page layout, you have various, so this the page layout is also like a ribbon on its own. But within a ribbon, you'll be finding things called tabs, right? So for example, if you check here where it is written font, there are various functionalities that are also added here. If you check maybe this one that is written clipboard, so you can see format, copy, and everything. Then there's also alignment. How do you align texts inside Excel? And then you see even some numbers, the tabs for numbers, right? How do you manipulate a number? Do you format it into currency, into date, into something else? Then we see the styles. So this is mostly on conditional formatting. Yeah, probably you basically use it sana for conditional formatting. And then there's various ways in which you can manipulate the cells. Do you want to insert a cell? Do you want to delete? And also the editing bit of it, where we'll see sorting, how to clear, how to find and select, and everything. So you come again to insert, and then you'll see all these ribbons again, all these tabs, sorry. So the tables, illustrations, add-ins, charts, sparklines, you'll see the filters, right? So when you want a slicer, you want a timeline, and then you'll also see where to get the hyperlink. And similarly, page layout, you'll see the same, right? You go to data, also you'll see, for example, the forecast, the outline. So analysis, you might need to get this data analysis, like it's an add-in. You can add in there. Yeah, and everything else like view, how do you freeze a pen or something? and also there's macros bit of it. Yeah, so there's also here when you go to file. So for those who may want to save a file or protect a file, yeah, you save it through this. So if you're saving it for the first time, of course, you'll be using save as. But again, subsequent saves, you'll be just using this save, or you just click Control plus S. If you want to open a file, a previous file, you just click on Open. If you want to export, use this, and also, but these ones are, we'll just get used to them when you frequently use the same Excel. And also, how can you protect a workbook? Sometimes you don't want somebody to just be accessing a file, right? So you may need to put a password for your Excel so that anytime somebody wants to log into that file, they are asked or maybe requested for a password. So that is where you can protect a workbook. So, and again, it's either you can protect a workbook or you can protect a worksheet, right? So all of this. So if I have, for example, this one, if I have sheet 1, then I have sheet 2, I have sheet 3. All these ones now become like, this huge file is now called a workbook. But if it's only this one, sheet number 3, then we call it a worksheet, right? So this is a worksheet. Yeah, but the all of this file now we call it a workbook. Yeah. So and again, when saving a file in Excel, of course, there are different formats of saving. Let me just show you an example here. And probably you want to save this one. So the type. So you want to save it as .csv. There's .csv, there's text delimited, right? And also there's .xls. There should be .xls. Yeah, I think it should be this Excel workbook. It was saved as .xls. But again, the more common ones are, of course, .csv na .xls na .tl something, which is the text delimited. So there are different versions of saving an Excel file. Yeah. So if you want to close, of course, you'll close it here. But again, those are things that you'll be using eSana for you to do the same. Yeah. So that is more or less like an intro on Excel, and then we now talk about something like how to add data. Of course, this is just normally typing. So this one is called a cell, right? So if you hear somebody tell you that type in a certain cell, and then probably sometimes they want to reference it and tell you type in cell number A10. So that person is telling you to come and type here. So they are always referenced in, start with the column and then go to the row, right? That is how cells are referenced. You don't start with the row and go to the column. So you don't start E via T. Type in cell 10A. That is wrong, right? So cell referencing, you'll see it when we are going to be using formulas, but cell referencing starts from, you start with the column and then go to the row, right? So if somebody tells you to type in cell number P17, so you go to P and then run to 17. Whenever you click on a certain cell, you'll always see that upper it's highlighted. The row is highlighted and also the column is highlighted. So you could be checking this and this, right? Yeah, so if you check here, you can see that this cell number M11. Yeah, here is M11. And then something else that we did not talk about is this place. It's called the formula bar. Yeah, so this is the formula bar. So you can enter a formula here and we'll see how to do that entry. Yeah, so let's maybe try to enter some basic information here. Information. So for example, let's start with maybe name. Name and then go to, so we want to give them the title. So tunaweza anza na name and what else? Let's start from maybe this side. ID. So ID could be like the unique ID that identifies a person, right? So there's ID and then there's name. And then what else? I want 5 columns. 5 columns. What do you want us to write? Unmute and speak, by the way. Yes? Yeah, I'm seeing gender. Joel Musili has typed gender. Amos, you're saying something, eh?
Age.
So age. I'm seeing contact. Saipei is saying phone number. Somebody else is saying contact. So we can just say what? Phone number. Phone number. Yeah. Yeah, phone number. Contact might also mean something different. Yeah, so this is basically how to enter data, right? So you are typing here, you type here, you type here, the same, right? Here. Sometimes you may see that E number may lag, like it spills over. So don't think that phone number is going to be located in both cell E and cell F, right? So if I start typing, for example, we are the data titans. So if you say, for example, we are the data titans, right? We are determined to become the best data analysts. So somebody might think that E information it covers up to number L, so that wakati ana type the next thing ataanzia kutype hapa aseme ya kwamba this is day 1, alright, and then akimaliza atakuja type hapa because of the fact that maybe thinking that this data occupies all this. So the next, you could just come and write it sorry, you just come and write it here and say this is day 1, right? This is day 1. So and then everything imepotea, so it goes nyuma ya curtain, right? Yeah, so we are the data titans. You're determined to become the best data analyst, and then you start just typing here. So this one spills over again. You could also type the next one just here, not moving to not moving to cell number I4. Yeah, so you just type it here. This is day 1, and then yeah, optimistic, right? So that becomes like an enemy. But if you want to resize the cell so that everything is covered, so you could just come here and place your cursor upper and double tap, right? Double click, sorry. Or you could also see this one is also hiding here. But again, that becomes like laborious. I'll show you how to resize them. Let me delete these ones first. Yeah. So imagine like most of your headers were spilling over. Kila mahali. Like you go to this one, it spills over. You go to this, it spills over. So you want to go, una double click moja, you go to the next, double click, so it won't make sense, right? So the shortcut for you to do the same, let me just type one up so that it spills. So what else? My day 1. Day 1. So you can see my day 1 and also this one spills. So the next, so for you to just resize them mara moja, you could click on this corner so that everything is highlighted, and then you just come and place your cursor here and then double click. So you can see it resizes the cells according to the number of words that are available there, according to the length of the words contained in that cell, right? So check here, ID, probably taking the smallest share of the cells. Then you go to this one, it resizes again, and also my day 1. So it resizes according to the length of the words that are available in that in that cell. So that was basic number one. Anybody with a question? Is that okay? If it's okay, thumbs up. If you're not okay, thumbs down. And if you have a question, you just put up your hand. So Amos, is that a question or?
No, it's a thumbs up, not a question.
Oh, okay. Bodza, are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is maybe just a basic about entering data in Excel. So here, if we have ID number, maybe we just call it some random 234, maybe ID number ingine 456 123. Yeah, there's something else I'll tell you. Okay, yeah. So we have maybe these IDs. These IDs basically. So we have maybe name here is number one. I'm seeing Bodza. I don't know Bodza Nani, but I'm also seeing Amos, and I'm also seeing somebody Emily. There's also Soipei, and then there is who else? Navan, and then sorry, and then there is so you could also just practice how to enter data. Nathan, there is Steve, and then who else? Lewis, there is Sizzler, there is Odero here, and then maybe gender. I would think Mbodza is female, and then male, female, yeah. Soipei, then Nathan, I believe Nathan ni male, hao wengine wote ni males. So you could just drag it down to isikwestie time. Mbodza maybe 23, Amos maybe 25, Emily maybe 22, Soipei, I don't know, 25, Nathan 26, Steve could be maybe 27, Lewis 19, Sizzler could be 34, and Odero could be the oldest. And then with phone numbers there, you could also input them. So this could be your data. Let me just type 07000. And then have them all there. Yes, Otieno. Otieno, your hand is up. You can unmute. Otieno. Okay, Otieno, probably you're having issues with your mic, but you can unmute if you can, so that you ask the question.
No, I don't have something to say.
Your hand was up. Okay, so okay, yeah. So this is like your data. I want us to format this data. So I hope you have it. You've already typed EasyV2. You could also type just yours, right? It doesn't have to be mine. So once you're done, let's do a thumbs up. Once you have maybe data up to 10, up to number 10, We also want to do formatting here and there. Hilary Omai is okay. Next. You have 2 minutes to do that. Margaret Gathoni is doing a thumbs up. Next. Let me give you 2 minutes to do that. Not 2 minutes, a minute. Emily, you have the data ready, eh? Joel, are you okay? Joel, okay. Dickens, Emily, data ready, okay. Nanjala, thumbs up, or thumbs down. Who else? Hudson. Bodza is okay. Hudson, Hillary, Nanjala ready. Okay. Yeah, Hillary ready. Okay. Sawa. Yeah, so what you want to use, of course, these are intros into intros about Excel so that when you start going to the juices, somebody doesn't say that is how to do it, right? Yeah, so suppose you want to, for example, uh, change the colors, right? You want to make them, for example, bold or dark enough, right? So, for example, here, ID up to this, and then you can highlight all of them and then click on this bold. So if you click that one, yeah, mine will have to probably ruka because siku nimeanzisha exam. It will be back in a second, sorry. I did not save it, but yeah. So if you do that, or use what you call the control plus B, so that is a what? A shortcut. It's called yeah. We have probably so many shortcuts in Excel. So you could use control plus B for you to make it bold. Otherwise, you just come to this point B and make it bold, right? Mine is not make. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, it's okay. So all of it, you can see that zote now are bold, right? So you could also do Control Z so that maybe you just make only this one to be bold. These are the names, right? So, and then probably this is not the color that you want. You want the headers to contain different colors, right? You will come here and click on this one. Yeah, you can see this one. So you can check different colors and probably do red. So you can see that the colors may change. Yeah. Still, even with this, you can make it bold. So you can Oh yeah, it is bold already. So let me see if it's, yeah, so if it's not bold, you can see how it's looking like. They are a little bit lighter. But if you highlight these and Control B, they now become more bold. Yeah. Something else. So that is how to change the color. So probably you also want to ensure that kuna background color. So if a background color, you'll definitely use this other one. So that tuweke hapa, maybe you have this green color on the background. Yeah. So there are those people, for example, wenye wanapenda color sana. Na somebody mwenye anafanya kuanalyze data, utakuwa unacheza na colors in so many occasions. For example, ukitengeneza your pie charts, your graphs and everything, you'll be manipulating colors here and there. So that is maybe how to just change the same. Another thing is you may want to just change the colors for this row and then click. So after highlighting this, press on Control and come and highlight this other one. And once you're done, you can also highlight this one. So you see 3 are highlighted. So 1, 2, 3. So you want to have like an alternating color. So this color becomes the same as this other one, and then it becomes the same as this. So what you just do is first highlight hapa, or you could even start with this side, right? So start with this one, and then click on Control, press it and hold it, and then highlight gender. While still pressing Control, come and highlight phone number, right? And then now you can choose on the color that you want. So you wanted these ones to have which color? So probably you want them to be from Kambani, and then you give them the yellow, right? Or you may want to give them this one. So, okay, so Ipe is saying that I repeat. Yeah, so you can see this, Control Z. Okay, so what I was saying is, sometimes you want your data to have alternating colors, so that the color that is here becomes the same as the color that is this side and the color that is here, right? So it's this color and this color, it becomes like the same color. So that is why I was saying first you highlight the first one. So you just highlight and drag it up to here. And then if you do not press Control, you will see that when you highlight this other one, hii ingine imejiachilia. And then baada hujafanya Control, you press this other one, ingine like you can see that it's not highlighted, right? So what you do is you first highlight this and then press on Control, yeah, and then highlight this. So once you've done that, again, you could also come and highlight this other one, right? So Ipe, is that understood?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so once you've highlighted them that way, then you come here to so probably you wanted them to have colors different, then you could give them this one. Or you wanted only the background color to be different, then you come and highlight it here. So you may give it purple, right? If that is not interesting to you, you Control Z, and then you can use a different color, maybe this or this other one. Once you've realized that you've done a certain action that you didn't want to, yeah, you may come here. You can see these ones. There's this undo. So undo. So the undo button takes you a step backward. Instead of coming to click this one, you can just click Control plus Z on your laptop. So if I click Control Z, it gets me back to the unhighlighted bit, right? But if I click Control plus Y, it takes me a step forward, like the previous action that I did, right? So So if I click Control Z, narudi nyuma. There's this one, redo. So it's a Control plus Y. So you go by it takes you back to where you are. So you can see that now our cells are having different colors, right? But if that color is blinding, we could do one that is nyepesi nyepesi ama what? It's not too strong, right? So you could do this. Yeah, so this one might not be that strong. So you have your data is alternating. Something else, you probably want to change. So if you look at these ones, you can see the style. It's the Calibri, right? So you wanted maybe to change the style to Arial Black. You can see things are changing there. You could also want to change it to Bradley Hand ITC. You can see how now it is appearing, right? You could also, I've done a Control Z. You could also come and maybe pick Colonna Empty, right? You can see how that one is appearing. Yeah, so there are different colors here depending on what you want to do. There's even Lucida handwriting. You can see it there, and you can pick on different styles. Kwa wale ambao wanapendanga Times New Roman, you just come and search Times New Roman here. It should be somewhere here, QRST. You can see Times New Roman is there, right? Yeah, but if you know the name of the color, you can just highlight and start typing. You can see T, Tahoma, Times New Roman iko selected there, and then you just input it. Again, you can also change the sizes, the font size. So we call it font size, right? So you may want it to be 72 when you're seeing it's playing around, right? And then you have number 22, maybe 16, 14, 12, and the rest. So depending on the font size that you want, you just play around with them there. Up to there, are we together? Yeah.
Yes, we are, but I have a question.
Okay. Dickens. Nangela, yes. Okay. Thank you. So that is just basic formatting here and there. Something else? Yes.
Yeah, there's this part of resizing the cells according maybe to the size of the maybe ID or the information on the title.
Mm-hmm.
Tried on my side, but it is not resizing to the preference that I desired.
What is the preference that you desire?
Desire the part of the ID to be a bit smaller and that of age and gender as compared to that of name and the phone number.
The one I did previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you just click on this. You click hii corner hapa. Are you seeing hiyo ka triangle? Si ndio? And then you click on this. You wanted this, eh? Amos?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you click hii yote. You come and click this corner. If you select it hivi, and then ukuja hapo na click hapa it. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing it still works. Yeah, you can also do that. You can also select your old data by the way. I didn't nimezoea kufanya hivi. You can also select your old data and then click on your corner and then yeah. There's a way. So probably you have like 1,000 rows. So and then you want to highlight all your data. So highlighting in terms of highlight only the spaces that are covered by data. So I want to highlight only up to this one. So what you could do is just click on Control plus A. So you click Control A and then it will highlight all the data. So suppose maybe tulikuwa na data up to somewhere here, and then we cannot see it, so tunaanza kunini hivi, and then you push it until upatane na mahali data yake imefika. Like that will also take you time. So you just come and click Control A so that it selects all the information that is there, right? So that is on manipulating your data, formatting here and there. Something else, yeah. So probably you wanted to insert a row here between Soipei and Emily. You can see here we may want to have another information just before Soipei. So you could just highlight it, of course, up to here, and then so if you're here up to here, you can just right click and say insert. Right click and say insert. Instead of that, sometimes you might want to come here and insert. Yeah. So, but the other shortcut could be just highlight this and right click and say insert. So it will give you options here. Do you want to shift the cells to the right? Okay, let's see what happens when you shift the cells to the right. So if you click here, shift cells to right, you can see that tumesukuma information ya Soipei imetoka nje, right? So Control Z and then right click again. Let's go back to insert, and then there is shift cells down. Okay, when you shift the cells down, you can see that there is a space that is created for us, right? If you insert and then click entire row, you can see that there's an entire row that is inserted here. Let's see the difference. So suppose I add information zingine hapa T, I'm just typing anything random, RG, BH or whatever. And then, so we highlight this mpaka hapa and then right click and say insert. Then you say shift the cells down. So if I click here, shift cells down, you can see that it's only this up to here, column number E, that is affected. Yeah. Let me repeat. If you say insert here and say shift the cells down and click on OK, you can see that only this up to this that is cell number E5. So it's only the one that is affected, or maybe up to this column number E is the only one which is affected, right? That is if you click shift cells down. But think of it, if you say insert and then say entire column, you can see that we are affecting even columns that are not supposed to be part of our, yeah. It's affecting up to the 16,000th column, right? Yeah. So you may want to be keen when you want to insert. Unataka kuinsert mpaka wapi. So if I say also this and say insert and click on entire column, you can see that we have inserted a whole 5 columns here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns before. Yeah. And sometimes it might affect even data that you did not want to be affected. Yeah. Are we together up to that point? Yeah, Dickens, Yeah, I'm seeing Brian, Hilary, Steve, Joel, Mariwa, Margaret, Nathan, Emily, Derek, Hudson. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that is just the bits on inserting here and there. Yeah. Something else. What is another basic thing that we may need to know? Merge and center. Yeah, by the way, you can see so probably I say okay, let me give this, let me insert another column hapa juu. So insert, yeah, so you can see here I've inserted, let me insert another extra column. And so I want to give this table of mine a title. So which title can we give this table? Somebody creative to play a title. What is the title for our table? Yeah. Somebody to type. Or unmute and say, we want to give it a title. Any title? Bounty Class Mario is saying that. Somebody else with a different opinion? There's no harm in speaking. Let me see somebody here. Miliana Hudson is saying Data Titans 2024. Data Titans personal information from Derek Ochieng. Yeah, I like those who are more specific and saying this one you can call it Data Titans personal information. Yeah, okay. Let's call it maybe, yeah, the personal information bit. Instead of personal, there can be a substitute for personal. Okay, let's just call it personal. Is it personal information, really? Okay, let's call it that. So we want to use this margin center. You can see ukiweka hivi, this information is just available hapa kwa cell number B2, right? And we want this information to be for our watu wote, like cover all this. So that is where the merge and center comes in. So what you do is you want it to cover mpaka, you want it to cover mpaka cell number EF, cell number E2, up to cell number E2. So you just highlight it and come and click merge and center. So you can see here, yeah, you can see so your information it's covering. So it acts like it's one cell, yeah. So we have one cell for that. Control B, make it maybe bold. Yeah, so that is where merge and center comes in. When you want to unmerge, you just come and click here unmerge cells. So if you unmerge, it goes back to where it was, personal information. Yeah, so when you highlight Ikitu and then merge and center, this becomes where it starts, becomes its reference. Now it's referenced at A2. So inatuambia kwamba personal information is occupying cell A2. Right? Yeah. Any other thing you may want to, so sometimes text ilikuwa imespill. Being introduced to analysis in Excel. And then now you can, what you can do is, you can wrap texts. So you can say wrap text. There's this one you're wrapping text. So text spills over and then you want to wrap it. And then say we are being introduced. So you can see how it has been wrapped. So you can songesha so that maybe it appears the way you want. So once you wrap it, you can see where this cell is appearing, where the text in this cell is appearing. So that is because of how it is aligned, bottom align. But you can also highlight, align it your center or middle align. And then there is also a different kind of alignment that is the top align. right? There's also some different kind of alignment where you can center your information, where you can align it to the right or you can align it to the left. So you can do this, you can see how the alignment changes. Or you can also do the same and then it changes. And also this. You can also play around with how your text is appearing. So ukikuja hapo ABM, I mean, these are basic things. But you may play around with them and see what happens. Now, let's get to some serious stuff. Before serious stuff, you may want to make these things look a little bit interesting. And so you can see here the borders. So introduce borders and say maybe we want to have inside borders so that your data has borders. You can also come outside and say we want borders, thick borders to be the outside part. And also probably this one also to have thick borders. So this is like your border. You can insert there so that you see that borders is appearing kila mahali. Yeah, so these are the borders now. You may also want that maybe, the same way we also talked about highlighting this and then highlighting this and then highlighting this one. You may highlight here, come back and highlight here katikati, and then come back and highlight here katikati, and come and click this thick outside borders. And then it also inserts thick outside borders for the inner cells. I think that is enough with the intros. Anybody with a question up to hapo ama kuna kitu haijaeleweka? Ama something that needs to be repeated? Okay. Margaret.
I wanted to ask how you have moved 2 cells down, like the whole table. I'm kind of confused. I'm trying on mine and inakataa.
Like I've moved which one? Here.
Yeah, ndo ukuje upate title,
Ndo nikuje.
place ya kuweka title.
So you can just highlight. Unaona ukiclick hapa number 1. Have you clicked yours?
Yes.
You know how to right click, si ndio? You right click and then come here and say insert, si ndio?
Yes.
And then has it inserted for you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that is what you could.
Okay,
Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, something else. Probably we want to sort. Let's do sorting. So if you check on these informations, the age, we may want to sort our data so that tuone who is older than the others, right? Nani ndo mkubwa kwa hii group yetu? So you do what you call sorting. So you can say, you can highlight this row, not really. Okay, highlight this and then come and say sort. Then it will ask you, of course, sort from largest to smallest. Then you want to sort smallest to largest. So you can say sort largest to smallest. And then it will tell you, of course, since you have not selected this data, it will not be sorted. What do you want to do? Expand, click. And then now you can see that the oldest person is called Odero, followed by Sizzler, then Steve, and then the youngest is Mr. Lewis. Yeah, you can see Lewis now coming the list. So that is sorting. You can also sort maybe by name. So you can come here and say sort Z to A, or you want to sort A to Z. So let's sort A to Z. So once you're there, you can see that Amos, of course, occupies the first position, with Steve coming last. So inaangalia the first letter, A, C, E, L, right? So the first letter of your name, that is what it is using. Something else, maybe you want to sort it as what else? So we have, yeah, you can even want to sort it with this and say you want to sort Z to A. So of course you'll have so that you only have the males first and then you have the females coming last. So that is also a bit of sorting. Let me copy paste some of this information. So I've highlighted that and then control copy. So control plus C. Yeah, let me just go back and do that. So you can come here. You can see this one is called copy. So put a copy of the selection on the clipboard so that you can paste somewhere else. So you can see there's a shortcut called Control plus C. So you could click Control plus C, or you just come here and click copy. And then where do you want to paste it? Probably I want to paste it here. You come here and click on paste. So if I paste it there, you can see information zenye nilikuwa nazo have been pasted here. Yeah. So I can Control Z, or then I can just come back here and highlight Control plus copy. I highlight that and then do Control plus C, and then click on this cell, Control plus V. I have pasted that information here. I want to paste it again, Control V. So I have like multiple information up to number 30. Let me add the last one and say that we have a data of 39, equal hadi row 39. So we have all that information. Why I'm controlling and copying that, nilikuwa nataka more information so that we do something called, so we find and select. So think of it that you have like even a row of, you have a data that is containing even 10,000 rows, or even, let me say 500 rows. So 500 rows, and then you want to look for information ya mtu fulani, you just know the name. You know the name, but you don't know like where, on which row is this person sitting. Yeah. So that is where now the control, the find might help you. So click on find. And then maybe you want to find information ya nani. Let's say Nathan. So you can say find. So there's find next and then there's find all. Okay, let's start with find next. So when you click find next, you can see here, it is highlighted somewhere here. So you just check on Nini. You just check on the row and then you just check on the column that is highlighted. You can see this is green here and also 16 is green. Find next, it takes you to C and also 25. So Nathan is sitting here. Find next, it also sits where? Here, C34. Let's see if you have a next one. So it gets us back to number 7, C7. Do you have any other one? So those are the only ones. So there is find next. So after finding that information, now you can maybe edit it, right? But then there is also find all. So when you click find all, yeah, let me enlarge it so you can drag it that way. So when you click find all, you can see it's giving you the name of the workbook. We did not save it. It's called book 1 still. Book 1. It gives you the name of the sheet that we are in. It's sheet number 1. It even references for you the cell. On which cell? On which cell? On which cell it is occupying? It is occupying. And then there is value. Nathan, right? So what we are looking for is Nathan. So once you click you click this information, yeah, you can see now it is highlighted here. When I click this other one, you can see it is highlighted here. When I click this, you can see it is highlighted. So this one is better because it is telling you the exact location of the nini. Because saa zingine hii inaweza kuconfuse ma, so even with our formatting that you've done here, here green, and you're relying on this green one to tell you. So you use find all. And again, it's also telling you the number of cells that were found. So 4 cells found, yes. And then you can, when you're done, you can close it. But now, let me go back. Before that, anybody mwenye akona swali on that? Or somebody who has understood, to do a thumbs up. Steve, are we together?
I'm catching up.
That means we are not together. What happened?
I think I dropped off at some point receiving a call, then I came back.
Okay. Hudson, your hand is up.
Yes, I was also lost somewhere. On the sort.
Yes.
So I was asking, for example, you have like long data, like a lot of rows, and now you want to highlight the edge row, edge column, I mean. So is there like a shortcut to like just click and highlight the entire row, or you'll have to like drag until the last?
By the way, you don't have to drag. You just click on this.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you sort. Excel is also wise. Like it knows where you are supposed to be maybe stopping at, or maybe what it's supposed to be highlighting. Let's try it, or sorting. Sorry. Let's try and maybe sort. I don't know why my Excel is not responding. Okay, yeah, let's try this one. But sometimes this thing can affect it. But let me see. Sort largest to smallest. Expand. Yeah. So I definitely knew that this header of ours will sumbua us kidogo. Let me delete this. So that is highlight and then start from largest to smallest. Yeah, you see, age is maintained. Are we together, Hudson? Age is not being sorted.
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, so you can just click. So you just highlight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is that. So suppose we wanted to change information. Any person called Lewis, let's change it to Willis, right? Probably Lewis will type vibaya. It was supposed to be Willis. So you come here and control, not really control, but find. So let's see. So there's find here and then there's replace. So what do you want to find? You want to find any person called Lewis, and then you want to replace it with Willis. Probably it's Willis this way. I don't know whether Willis it is supposed to be written that way. But yeah, the concept. So Lewis, Willis. Yeah. So it will run through our data, and after that, finds Lewis and then replaces. So, and again here is also the replace all, and then there is replace, right? So you could click replace all. You can see we made 4 replacements. So meaning that our data had 4 Lewis, and now we have replaced it na Willis. Okay, close. Can you try it on your own? Try and replace. Mariwa, which names do you have? Mariwa, let us know what you want to replace. Mariwa
Yes,
is
yes. I'm here.
okay. So do you have data that you want to replace?
Yeah, I have.
So what do you want to replace this time round?
I have Joy.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to replace Joy with maybe Opati.
Okay.
Yes.
Do it. Let us know if you are successful.
Okay.
Sizzler, which one do you want to replace? There should be somebody called Sizzler here. Oh, Sizzler. Yeah, Sizzler. There's somebody's microphone is on. Oh, it's Mariwa. Somebody else? I'm seeing Nani Dickens. Dickens, which one do you want to replace? Do you have information to replace?
Yes, I have Paul and Peter.
Uh-huh.
So I want to replace Paul with Peter.
Okay. Yeah, replace Paul with Peter. So why the find and replace is important is sometimes you have what you call errors when you're typing. So you made some mistakes here and there. So you want to rectify, right? And the very perfect way for you to identify whether there are issues, yeah, we could do filter. Yeah, let's talk about filter next, so that you filter and see what is there. So yes.
Now, for example, I have an Excel, a sheet with 1,000 maybe patients.
Mm.
I want to replace at least 100 patients
Mm-hmm.
from the 1,000 lists.
Mm.
How do I go about it? Do I do it one by one ama is there a shortcut here kuifanya once?
What happened that in 1,000 you're gonna make 100 mistakes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible when you're dealing with the large data.
Okay.
So let's say 50 or maybe 20.
Oh, you have 20 issues.
Yes.
And there is where you'll find that before I give the answer, one of the things that is very key in data analytics is number one, or very key or tiring, that I always find even myself, I hate it. I don't like it. Let me not say it. I hate it. Is data entry, and then after doing data entry, there is data cleaning. Data cleaning takes a while. Yeah, you want to be identifying issues one by one. Let me check if there are structural issues here. Unamalizana nayo. Let me check if there are outliers here. Unamalizana nayo. You go to let me check if there are irrelevant data, right? You finish that, go to another thing altogether. So data cleaning, of course, you'll find it to be laborious. That is the way to go, unless you want to put your data into in spreadsheet like hiyo online Google spreadsheet. Siku hizi niliona iko na suggestions za what you might want to clean hapa na pale nini, but data cleaning is always ile like you are looking at it one by one, right? So let me first show you how you can use filter to just know if there are issues. But this we'll talk about nini, we'll talk about data cleaning hapa mbele, where you will delete this. Yeah. So suppose maybe ilikuwa ni age unaangaliana nayo, so you want to check if there are issues with the age. You do you highlight it and sort, right? Sort from largest to smallest. So the first thing you could do is sort all your data, or you can just highlight it and sort all of them, right? I mean, highlight and sort depending on the column that you want to use. So if you check here and probably kwa age ulipata ya kwamba maybe kuna yenye uliandika 145, you go back and correct it, right? It's not supposed to be 145, so it is supposed to be 45. So number one, for numerical values, you could check typing error kwanza na kuangalia the outliers here and there kama age kumekuwa na issue. Once you are done with that, you can also go to the lowest and check if kuna yenye ulifaa kuandika 19 lakini umeandika 1. And so Willis already 1 akona ID, which might not make sense, right? So some of the things that you could do that way. But again, you could also just highlight this top column and then insert a filter. So there's this thing called filter. Yeah. So once you insert that filter, you can see that kuna ka drop down imekuwa introduced. Yeah. So if it's ID ama if it's name, so you can click here and see what are the different types of names that we have. So you can see that we have Amos, Sizzler, Emily, Mbodza, Nathan, Odero, Soipei, and Willis and everything. Yeah. Steve Soipei and Willis is there. So zingine maybe you can just check this way and see if there is zingine umeandika Sizzler ukamaliza na R, but ingine umeandika Sizzler without R. So definitely you are able to identify that hapa kuna issue. Yeah. So data cleaning is it is one of the most critical bits of data analytics, and again it's the laborious one. Data entry and also data and also data cleaning. Those are the laborious things that you will find yourself doing, spending so much time. Sometimes I can take maybe about 8 hours looking at a certain data, trying to clean it up, looking at the messes that are there. Unazi-clean kama umekasirika, because again it takes most of your time and it's also hard to identify some of the key things. But there are also areas where you might just need to, saa zingine you just do a pie chart so that you see the representation. What are the issues that are coming up, right? You do a pie chart on that data, depending on the type of data in iko hapo. You could do a pie chart, but the easiest one to identify most of the nini inakuwa ni sorting. Yeah, you could do a sort. Kuna mali you might even need to build a what? For you to identify outliers, you build what we call a box plot. And then the box plot will highlight for you the extreme, that is in terms of very large, and also the very, very, very small. Yeah, so these are filters. So with a filter, you can check. So you can introduce a filter. You just highlight the rows. You could like do this depending on the number of rows, and then sort and do a filter. Once you are done with your filtering, you can remove it. Yeah, and then it gets you everything. Yeah, so that is it. That is it on cancel. Wanted to do. That is it on filtering. Any question? No question, eh? Okay. Yeah. Something else that we might need to do is there's something that I did not tell you, and it's called custom sort. So let's see what custom sort is all about. Sorry. There's this one called custom sort. Yeah. You click here, custom sort. You haven't selected. So we want to select this one. So what is our data? Data yetu inafika. Yeah. So instead of that, you just click that and click Control A. So you come and click this and then custom sort. Yeah, you can see here there is custom sort. So what do you mean by custom sort? What do you think custom sort does? Anybody who can just guess? Huh? Not really guess, but try. Oh, nani hatujaita? Okay, somebody is speaking. Yes, Mariwa.
Okay, I think it means it's customized. You can do it in your own style. It's not standard as in the way sorting is supposed to happen in Excel. But this one you're allowed to customize it in your own style. In whichever style you want.
Okay. Somebody else?
Yes, so I think that maybe it's like rearranging the data by maybe starting with gender or phone number in any way you like, without necessarily starting again.
Okay. Yeah. One last person. Another trial. Or maybe another response. There is Miliana. Is it Miliana? Miliana. There's somebody speaking. Miliana?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you could also tell us what you think.
I've been off for a while. Could you repeat the question kindly?
What does custom sort do?
Custom?
Custom sort. We are in custom sort, right?
Oh, I don't know. I just know about sorting. I don't know about custom sorting.
Were you sleeping?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Misho, Hillary.
Yes.
Yeah. Save the ship from sinking.
Well, I just think it's arranging the data to your own liking.
Yeah, even with sorting, it's also to your own liking.
But now this one is more specific to I don't know how to say it.
More specific to your more liking.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, thanks. So what happens is let's first talk about this. So sometimes you find uko na let me see this. So you have Odero here. I want to introduce another name. That makes sense. But say that you are sorting this by name. Let's sort it first by name. Sorry. So sort Z to A. There is A to Z, Z to A. Yeah, Control Z. So if I sort the name, why is it sorting for us even the ID? Okay. Yeah, let's sort this one. So suppose you want to sort it depending on two or more columns. You see the one that we are doing, we were sorting it based on just one column, right? So we are sorting it maybe based on age. Okay. So if you see like right now, this information has been, the sorting has happened according to the ages of people. So that tunaanza na Odero is the oldest, Steve, Nathan, and everything. But again, tena you may want to sort it with another element. There could be age, and then there could be even there could even be what else? Maybe weight. Yeah. So you can even find maybe somebody called Odero 1, Odero 2, Odero 3. You can sort by their age and then sort again by the weight. It might not be very clear, but you want to sort it using not just one column. You want to sort it using two different columns. Let's try it out and see if it's working. All right, this thing was playing with the not it's sorting even the gender. So let's control all and then come here to sort and then custom sort. Even before that, you can see here, if you click custom, you can see like kuna 2 rows. So ZAZ something. Yeah. So let's sort by, so we want to sort it by age, largest to smallest, and then we can add another level. After sorting it by age, then by, yeah, you see? So it first sorts it by age and then sorts it by another column that you're going to define. When that is done, you can even add another. So after sorting it by age, then it sorts it by something else, then it sorts it by another column. So it will group all those people. We could even start with gender. We first sort by gender, right? You could say Z to A. Z to A or A to Z. Okay, let's start with Z to A. After sorting it by gender, let's sort it by what else? Maybe ID, right? So you start with the smallest to the largest ID. So hapa tulianza Z to A. After finishing that, then you sort it by maybe name. Yeah, A to Z. Then you're done, you click on your information, right? So you can see here, what has happened. We first started with sorting by gender. So all the males are appearing first. Hadi hapa. We are all the males are. So we first started by sorting by the gender. You can see all the males have been grouped. So easy sort, it becomes the male. After that, we did sort by, was it ID? Then we went to sort by ID, and then sorted by ID, and then from smallest to largest, and then you can now see sorting venye imefanyika. So we are coming from hiyo nini up to male hapa ni 456, smallest to the largest. After that, we sort by the name. Was it by the name that we are sorting using? Maybe it was something else. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see that you're able to sort it using not just one column the way we were using, but now you can sort it by multiple columns, right? Yeah. So we used next to sort by name, I believe so, right? So what happens here is saa zingine this ID was common for 3 people. So unapata that kuna Odero hapa and then kuna maybe Jack and then kuna Sizzler. So it will sort again those people with the same ID, itakuja isort jina zao hapa, right? Ikuweke mpaka this level. So it will sort this group of people, sorry, it will sort this group of people and then comes again, sorts this group of people and then sorts this other group of people. So that is what custom sort is. Custom sort you can sort like with more than one column, right? And find the same thing that you wanted. Is it understood? Thumbs up if you understand what is going on. Yes, Dickens, Joel, Brian, Hillary, Nathan, Amos, Hudson. I want to see if you don't get it, you need it to be repeated. Just mention the same. Or you can ask a question. But that is what custom sort does. Yeah. So zingine naweza kuchanganya explain, but understand that it's a sequence of sorting, right? You start with so you can see all this level. If we had maybe even other rows to add, we just add the levels. But if you're done with them, another thing that you must ensure you check is this one. My data has headers, right? If you don't check it, even this gender, whatever, they will be used as part of sorting. Na haitakuwa kiodo fani. So you need to check that this one is checked. Then you close it. Something else. You might need to rename your nini. You rename your sheet and say this one is day 1. So you just double click. Sometimes maybe you have sheet number 2 and say day 2. Yeah. So let's Control A, copy, and then paste it for day number 2. Yeah, and even different types of pasting. Control V. So there is paste here where you paste only the values. There is paste where you are pasting everything that you saw there. There is paste where you paste even the formula that is used behind, like that is used to generate those values. There is also transposing. So when you transpose, probably you did some transpose of matrix in very nice school. So where you want to transpose matrix. So whatever was occupying the rows now occupies the column, right? So you can see, for example, here we had in cell A2 ID, cell B2 ID, C2 ID, D2 up to Nini. So all those ones, our headers now becomes part of column I. So they were in row 2, now they are in column I. So all that information, it's like a pushing key to, you want it to topple, right? So that is what pasting does. And then there is this other one where you're just pasting the formatting. You're not pasting the values, but you just paste the style of formatting that we used, right? You can see it's not pasting for us any of the values. It's just pasting the formatting that we used. And here you can also paste a link. And you can paste it as a link. That is well captured, right? Why I also introduced this is because sometimes you may send your workbook to somebody, but you don't want him to see, you don't want him or her to see a certain sheet, right? So let me just duplicate this. No, Excel doesn't have a function to duplicate the worksheet. It's always there in Google spreadsheet. So Control V. Yeah. So I've pasted the three. So we have three columns. Yeah. Not really three columns, three worksheets. You may want to hide this sheet number 2. Yeah, worksheet number 2. So you can right click. So you can right click here and say hide. So when I send you that data, wewe kitu utakuwa unaona tu ni day 1 and day 3 peke yake. So it's because I've hidden day number 2. Saa zingine maybe it contains critical values like finance information or maybe patient data, zile zenye iko hadi na jina, maybe John nani has mpox, and you don't want such information to always be revealed, ama alikuwa na COVID ama any other thing that you might think of, right? So you want to hide that information so that when somebody is working on these other worksheets, they don't see it. Ni wewe unajua ya kwamba you did hide a worksheet. Yeah. Just a minute, I paste this. Yeah. So but for you, when you want to come back and reveal it, you just right click and hide. You just click hapa and hide. But pia yeye akiwa mjanja anaweza click hapo na aone kuna kitu ilifichwa hapo. But I mean, it's a technique you can use to hide and unhide your worksheets here and there. Something else, you may also want to protect a worksheet. You can see here it's written protect. So let's first unhide the. So you can hide even 10 sheets, then you come and select the one that you want to unhide. Yeah. So maybe you want this worksheet number 2 to be protected. You can click protect sheet. Yeah. So protect worksheet and contents of locked cells, right? Allow all users of this worksheet to, what can they do? You can just allow them to select locked cells, select unlocked cells. So these are the only things they can do. They can just select locked cells and also select unlocked cells. So if you remove all of them, then there is nothing they can do with that Nini. They can do with that worksheet. So it's only you to determine what can they do. So maybe you can allow them to, the only thing they can do is edit scenarios, use filters. No. What they can only do is to select locked cells, right? Select the locked and unlocked cells. So selecting is just, kitu anaweza fanya ni kufinya tu hapo hivi tu. That is the only thing they can do hivi. But deleting any number here, they cannot do. Changing even any formatting here, they won't be doing, right? That is if you come here and say protect the worksheet. But before you protect it, you give it a password. Yeah. So maybe your password could be Jonte. That becomes your password. And then you click OK. Then you can safely send that Nini to, or confidently send that worksheet to the person. Yeah. So that is protecting your worksheet. Anybody having a question on that? Before we check on something else. If you're okay. Otieno, are you okay? I'm seeing your camera is on. Otieno, are you with us? Seeing some hand is being lifted. Who is putting up their hands?
Me.
Oh, Tino, are you okay? Are you with us? Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry?
hello, could someone hear me?
Oh, yeah, Soipei.
I was asking if you don't mind, you can repeat how to share the data, that is the worksheet, and how to hide the data. Somehow I didn't get that point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other question? Anybody else with another question? Okay. Somebody called Sheldon. You haven't heard from him. Sheldon, how are you doing? Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm trying, but
But what is
I
happening?
was lost. So, huh?
Where did we lose you?
I joined late, so I found people who have already gone too far.
We haven't gone too far. Don't worry.
So,
You're just
okay,
yeah. So at what time did you join?
I joined at 6:40.
At 6:40, and we started at 6:35.
Yes.
That was not too far. Anyway, yeah, but you're able to catch up.
Oh yes.
You'll have the video also to yourself. But the good thing is you've stayed, so while even reviewing the video, it won't take you time to get it. Yeah, so Ipe, you're asking that I repeat how to hide. So if I want to hide this number 3, I right click. If you right click, you can see information here. I can delete that worksheet. I can insert another worksheet kando yake. If not really. Okay, yeah. So I can insert another worksheet. Yeah. So you can click here worksheet and then click on OK. You can see that you've inserted. But to go that long process, just click on this one. Just click this. So maybe I don't want to use this one. I just right click and delete. And once you delete something, you might need to know that it's permanent, right? Mostly after you've saved this. Ukisha kufinya hapa control plus save. Because again, even if you do control Z, it cannot come back. Unless ukate hapa na useme don't save. You use this and then say don't save. But ukijaribu click control Z, you can listen to that sound. So the trick now ni finya hapa and then click don't save. Yeah. So right click and then hide. So Ipei, you're able to see this, eh?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm following.
Yeah, so you just click hide. So once you can see that now tuko tu na day 1 and day 2 peke yake. But when you want to bring it back, you right click again and unhide.
That was not the problem with me.
And then you asking about protecting worksheet.
In the event that maybe I want to share the worksheet with someone, I didn't get well how to share, and then how maybe now is it the same? For example, if I want to hide, say for example, the phone numbers for these particular persons, so I hide the column for phone numbers. Now, is it the same procedure? Now, after hiding, it's the point where I share now the worksheet.
Yeah, after hiding is when you share.
Oh, nice. Now show me how to share.
Sharing or how to share this. Of course, you can just you can do this.
Oh, okay.
You can go to this is the share and then save to cloud and maybe share a link to that person. But again, unaweza ituma tu just as a WhatsApp document.
Oh, nice. The other normal sharing,
Hiyo tu, you go to WhatsApp and then send the file to the person.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is sorted. Something else, Nathan, why are you giggling? But what else we haven't done? It's yeah, we were supposed to cover something on relative referencing, but those ones, you need to know these basics first, then we cover them tomorrow. GUIS starts tomorrow. I'm looking at something else. Okay, yeah. You may want to turn this into a table, right? This one is not a table. I hope you know that easy table. So let me just copy this, copy, and paste it there. Yeah, so we want to put this into a table. Yeah, we could highlight this and then come here. Yeah. So right, we were at home. So right now tunaenda kwa insert. So we have selected the data that you want to put a table around, and then yeah, you can see here there are some things that are moving. Kama zile snake sensia that you used to play in the Nokia mobile phone. Yeah, that it tells you that it has selected for you the data. Ama maybe it is confirming the regions that the range that the data is occupying. So you can see it here, J2 to N11. So J2 up to N11. N11 is here. So once you do that, you can also check here. My table has headers. Click on OK. Now you can see that this is now a table. This is now a table. How you are going to know mostly that it's a table, utaona hizi filters zimewekwa by default. In most cases, you'll find it that way. So that is my table has headers. So suppose you did not say that your table has headers. Let's copy this, Control copy, and Control V. Yeah. So, and then you want to put this, a table around this one. So insert table, and then you check, you do not check this. My table has headers. You click on OK. So you can see it gives you headers by default. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. So that is what happens when you don't nini. And then once you have, you can also even select, you can manipulate how you want the table to appear. You can see here there are different designs of the table, right? So you could do it this way. You can see the colors that are here. If we also select your table again and put this, you can see colors, they're alternating. So row, you can see that they are alternating. So you can also go back and pick on the one that you want. Maybe you want it this way, medium, or you want very dark ones, right? So how dark do you want it? Do you want it to just be light, or you want it to be ile dark kabisa? Yeah, so this is another way. If we did not have these green colors in it, tulikuwa tumeweka, hii table ingekuwa tu, it could just be, sorry, something there, yeah, it could just be alternating black na hiyo ka white, not really white, I don't know the color, gray, yeah, gray, so alternating that way. So that is inserting a table. You could also just highlight your table, Control A. So if I Control A, this one, and then Control T, you can just do Control T, a shortcut, so that where is the data for your table? This one, blah, 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 okay, cancel, right? Anybody with a question? Are we together on inserting table? Thumbs up. Okay. People are not. Oh, Joel, Hillary, Hudson, Brian, Emily. Yeah. That is that on intros about Excel. There are so many things that you could review just the introductory bits. Let me tell you one final thing. Sometimes you formatted your tables, or not really your table. You formatted your data, and you want to copy that formatting. So let's enter data here and say Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and maybe what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Burundi, and then Nigeria cannot miss to be anywhere. So let me copy and paste them. Take hapa, Control V, Control copy. Yeah, I want to have this information here. Then probably have the last. Let me copy the last one and say we have. So we have this information. So there's this style ya formatting yenye tayari nilikuwa nishaweka. Yeah. So maybe I want to copy this formatting up to maybe somewhere here. I want to copy this formatting and paste it to this data that we already have here. So you can just come here and say format painter. So like the hook of a particular selection, you can apply that look to other content. So you select, so to get started, select the content with the formatting you like. Click format painter, select something else to automatically, whatever. Yeah. So this is what you want. So we have copied the painting, the formatting. So you can see there's a brush. So you can just come here. Oh yeah, we have already clicked something. Yeah, you can just come here to Kenya and pour it there. So you can see the formatting has been copied into this. So you have Kenya, Rwanda, whatever. So that is format painting. So you highlight the area that has the format that you like, copy it and paste it there. One last thing that we are doing, how do you manipulate numbers? So for example, if I type 1, and change it, so right now if you type 1 here and see it's selected as general. But if I come and change it to long date, so you can see that it is Sunday, January 1st, 1900. So Excel can name dates in numbers, right? So for example, number 1 is for January 1900. Is somebody speaking? So first, number 1 is awarded, is accorded January 1900. How about if I change it to 0, January 0, 1900, right? Yeah, but I doubt the -1 applies. Do you have January -1? It's a number that is not very long. Okay, yeah, you can see what is there. But January, so if you type 1 and convert it into a number, into a date, it becomes that. How about if you do that 2345? That was like June 2nd, 1906. Yeah. If you have the other number that I typed, it will be Wednesday, August 23rd at 1:50. Yeah. So that is formatting maybe a number. So for example, you want to format 23, you want to change this to, instead of equal date, you want to change it to just a number. So number ni 23. You want to reduce the decimals, unapunguza na huku. Or you may want to add the decimals. You want to turn this into percentage, you click just percent. Right? You want to introduce commas. Yeah. And is somebody speaking? Otieno. There's this guy called Otieno unmuting. Yeah, so you can change it into various formats. Into fraction. Fraction 23/1. Is it 23/1 or what? Yeah, 23/1 definitely. In scientific, you'll find it this way. Yeah, so those are different formats that you can change your nini. You can change your into accounting. In most cases, huwa inaweka dollars, inaanza na dollar, but you can change it here and select maybe the currency that you want. Probably you want here Kenyan shillings, you'll come down kidogo and then you'll find it somewhere here. Kenya shillings, and click on OK. So you can see that your currency is in Kenya shillings. That is that on Excel basics. Is there any question? Tomorrow we'll do something else. Is there any question? Any question? Yeah, I talked about saving protecting a worksheet, but you may also want to protect your workbook. So hapa. So when you click protect workbook, you come here and you can see you want to protect current worksheet. You want to protect the workbook structure. So prevent unwanted changes to the structure of the workbook, such as adding sheets. So if you click this one, the person will not be able to edit the structure of you'll not be able to edit the structure of the workbook, right? You may also want to restrict access. So grant people access while removing the ability to edit, copy, or print. So the only thing they can do is just to view, right? There's also this one. Ensure integrity of the workbook by adding an invisible digital signature. So these are kind of things that you may do. You can encrypt it with a password. So for you to open the document, you need to input a password. So try these things out. Kwanza kama uko na financial data, tengeneza hapo and then try to put a password. So once you come there, you just write, maybe I put a password and save it as Titans. But also you need to remember that password. Yeah. Otieno, kindly mute. There's this person called Otieno. We'll teach you also how to mute. Otieno. Yeah, so you input your password here and say maybe whatever it is, but you need to remember that password, because if you don't remember it, ni hivyo mwisho yako to access that document anyway. Yeah, unless you consult experts. Yeah, but you need to remember the password. So once you type that password and maybe say Titans, then click on OK. And then re-enter the password just to confirm that you understand what you're doing. Titans. Then if you lose or forget the password, it cannot be recovered. It's advisable to keep a list of passwords and their corresponding document names in a safe place. Remember that passwords are case sensitive. So you can see now I have protected it with the password. So whenever somebody wants to access it, lazima aingize password hapo. But that is enough for today. It's been a long one kidogo, but we'll do it tomorrow. We'll end at 8:15. Unless there's any question or concern. Any question? Let me do the final round. Dickens, are you good?